Fall damage!
I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you
Du
for
er et
your
computerprogram.
patience and for...
Du er fucking troll game. Hej alle sammen, og velkommen til afsnit 1 af The Otherworlds, som jeg jo starter på kanalen her i dag. Det er et rollespil det her, så det er den gode gamle slags. For dem af jer, der kender Obsidian, så vil jeg også genkende det til, at det ligner ret meget et Obsidian-spil. Og derfor ligner det også ret meget et Fallout-spil. Så der er en masse dialog, der er en masse kamp også, der er en masse character creation. Så det er jo et fuldblods rollespil. Så jeg er advaret. Som sagt, så er første afsnit her, som altid, så plejer jeg lige at gøre dem lidt længere. Så I kan se alle de her grundmechanics, der er i spillet. Og så når vi kommer så til de fremtidige afsnit, så plejer jeg også sådan at skære fedtet fra. Så det er lidt mere spiselige, de kommende afsnit. Så det første lidt længere, og så kommer det bliver lidt kortere. Så, men i hvert fald, god fornøjelse med det.
There you are.
Der er ham, der er Phidias Velsted.
Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry, I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
Okay, hello.
Should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste. Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh?
Hey?
Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
Åh, det er sygt. Kan jeg få et våben? Det er bra. Tak for det.
Frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen.
Fuck skete der lige der, mand. Skal jeg bare...
Thanks to you, I might have bled out on my own. Or worse, had to go begging the boss for some Adrena time. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters.
What's this about the Marauders?
Gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics.
Okay, de er alle sammen. De er bare dårlige personer.
Some hull had grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh? Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried
Det
the
lyder
best,
som reklamefilm for
now
ham,
try
der
the
dude.
rest. Spacer's
Wow.
Choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
Can you tell me where I am?
You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna. The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
Cool, mand. Så fik jeg en gun. Tror jeg kan bøffe ham der? Nej, det skal vi ikke. Vi RP'er good guys, så vi ikke, så vi dræber ikke uskyldige. I hvert fald ikke så vi, hvis vi ikke kan undgå det. Cool.
Damage my ears! What just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This...
Så det er min tactical. Okay, cool. Okay, jeg skal have en del skud ham der, dyben. Er det et toilet, det der? Det er et festival-toilet. Det ligner så også, at de har haft festivaler. Nærmest. Alright, cool. Videre. Der er to. Uha. Hello? Okay, cool. Jeg tror lige, jeg skal ind og... in the settings. Jeg synes, det hakker lidt. Right, cool. Jeg tror, vi er bedre. Hvad giver den der? Den giver 73 skade, 73 og 73. Nu har vi den her kontur på os. Bro. Okay.
Hey! Get over here before you get yourself killed!
Kan jeg holde sig mit våben?
Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about.
So I heard about one of your teammates holed up in the cave.
Really? How is he?
No, it was okay. He'll make it. I helped with the pain.
Shouldn't have done that. Spacer's Choice family ain't authorized to receive medical aid from off-brand physicians.
Okay, tak.
You'll see him back to
Jamen,
Edgewater.
det var så lidt.
Just as soon as I cross these marauders off with the swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs, son.
Er hun ikke en... Don't worry, you should tell handled. Cool. Hvordan? Skal alt lootet? Hvis I kender mig. Så ved jeg, at jeg skal loot. Hvor må looten? Bruh. Der var en fjerde mand. I snyder mig. I snyder mig selvfølgelig. Nå.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime.
Ada.
Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against
Stop der for
unwanted
helvede af, mand.
solicitors. Please
Vil de hilse på
return
den?
any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction.
What are you going to do? Self-destruct?
Jetson procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to eject all boarded parties.
Jeg tror, jeg sagde noget forkert nu her.
4,
Bruh!
3, 2, 1.
You realize me on the ground,
You
right?
are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment.
I need to get this one, yeah.
I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne.
Hottel's dead, I'm sorry.
I understand. I will require some time to process this information.
Du
Thank you
er
for
et computerprogram.
and for your honesty. From Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand?
Yes, I get it. You need me to be Captain Hawthorne, or you can't fly.
Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand?
Yeah, Yeah, Ada, I got it.
Best
Thanks.
of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Alright, vi skal have spyt den der ud på ranged. Prøv at tilbage derovre. Og så skal vi have på dialog også. Stealth. Så skal vi måske have på 20. Kan vi få den? Rampen på. Og long range, den er allerede god. Så lad os sige, at vi skal have en dialog. Hvad har vi? Vi har den allerede op på sådan okay fin. Hvis den kommer på 40, så competent critical damage 50%, det er vildt nok. Skal vi ikke arbejde frem mod det, så tænker jeg. Shit. Sådan der. Og journal. Der kommer min quest. Så jeg skal bare finde det der motor. Cool jo. Her har vi et skib så. Det er nice.
Due to catastrophic power failure, all doors will remain on security lockdown.
Okay, cool. God snak.
I
Lager.
suppose everything on the Unreliable belongs to you now, Captain. Help yourself. No, really. These are the crew's quarters. Alex preferred to travel alone, but he always had me. If your equipment is in need of...
Det er rigtigt, de er, der er condition på, de våben. Så repair, kan man gøre det? Weapons part, der mangler weapons part, okay. Cool. Men, så skal vi ud her. Vi gemmer lige, jeg laver lige et... Sådan der, cool. Havde jeg ikke... Det klipper vi fra der. Lad os gå ud. Skal vi snakke med hende, der møder ting, hende der dame her?
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it?
Nu er det vist.
Sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, mister, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay.
Ja, så er det lige hjulpet dig med, hvad hedder det, med det her. After I patch up your friend.
Fair point. I'll let it go this time. If you're looking to help us out with our marauder problem, Talk to Constable Reyes over in Edgewater.
Will
Edgewater's
do.
not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Cool. Så vi skal derover. Lad os få gjort det. Det giver godt, det der skill der. Bum. Var der 2? Du er fucking troll game. Kraftedeme. Giv mig nu mit loot. Giv mig mit loot. Nå, det er meget.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from?
Ja, bra.
Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend.
I'm just passing through.
Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town.
Er det godt, det name? I'm Freshwater 1.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that.
Ej, nej, det har du fuldstændig ret i.
Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
Would we talk about a power regulator?
Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer?
You offering a job?
Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
You want me to click what to I can do that.
Four workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
Why is happening in a special case?
He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up.
I can't find these people.
Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad. Yeah? Former people, yeah. Marauder's been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards.
What are they after? Loot? Det er nemlig efter.
They are after the most precious loot of all. Spacer's Choice Company property. If those marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna duck my pay.
This town must be in pretty bad shape if it keeps you employed.
You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, those Edgewater saps lost near every soul to plague. But you'd be wrong. We're survivors. Loyal company folk, brave in the wilds. Hang on, I'm doing some math in my... Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem is the paperwork. Can't get anybody to pay their gravesite fees.
Alright. Så der fik jeg et sidequest, og så fik jeg også, hvad jeg skulle egentlig. Så lad os få godt ordnet det her.
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
Another day at the cannery.
Don't go knocking your work.
I don't know you.
Tak. Freshwasser 1.
Amelia Kim, Spacer's Choice Beverage Dispenser. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here.
So you're not going to serve me a drink?
Am I that easy to read? Yeah, we've been having some problems lately. Loyalty issues, lines in the sand. I know where folk in Edgewater stand. But you, I don't know you. If you're gonna have a drink, I'd like to ask that you do it within the premises. Can't have you taking drinks over to those deserters.
Deserters? What about...
Traitors. The lot of them. Bunch of folks decided they were tired of working and went out into the wilds to fend for their own selves. Town's already struggling to make quotas, even without that band of slackwits abandoning their posts. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Anyway, enough about them. What can I do for you? Do you now? And what makes you think Mr. Thompson wants to talk to you? He's a busy man. You want to talk to Mr. Thompson, try ignoring your duties. He'll summon you up to that great big tower atop the cannery, and you'll get yourself a proper dressing down.
You say it like it's a good thing.
It is a good thing. If you're not pulling your weight, you don't deserve to live here. Simple as that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Ej, det skal nok lade være spørgsmål. What's your story?
I don't see how that's any of your business. You're the first to ask after me in some time. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've lived in Edgewater just about all my life. Wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe it? That was a wild fancy.
Sounds like Space Choices took care of you.
They did. They gave me a life, gave me a purpose. This is where I belong. What happened, you ask? What always happens when you're dreaming? I woke up. I just didn't have the brains for it. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you gonna pay your tab? And would you like another round of cold, refreshing Zero-G? Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Don't need you putting it back in my head. Lab work ain't for me. Never was. Never will be. Spacer's Choice put me where I belong, and for that, I am grateful. Not so fast. I told you about my... So... What's there to figure out? Stands to reason you work for a company. You ain't Spacer's Choice. Could be you're with Auntie Cleo. That's exactly the kind of crazy talk that comes from an overabundance of sobriety. Well, good luck trying to...
Okay, cool. Så fik vi snakket med dem. Det var kroen. Skal vi altid hen til et rollespil. Det skal du altid finde en kro. Østerplain.
I've got some time. Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice to...
Okay, cool. God snak. Så der var Special Choice Cantina. Skal vi se, hvad der er herom.
Wish we had some better rations.
Hey guys.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Saltuna. Okay. Lad os prøve at gå ind her, så se hvad det har.
Please, Colton, I need to explain this addressing the grease monkey, Argo. Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
I Reed was told us to talk to you.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I think you may have the wrong idea about me.
Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
My ship needs repairs. I'm looking for a power regulator.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Let me guess, you want me to do something for you before you help me.
My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned, what do you mean?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
I don't think these people will take kindly to losing their power.
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
So how can I help?
My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
Those workers must have left the town for a reason.
That reason was me. They asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family.
If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
All right,
Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me give you the passcode to the geothermal plant. A sign of good faith for so politely listening to me as I ramble on.
Are you setting off for the Vale? Because I know my way around. I mean, in case you want a guide. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you.
Sure, I could use the company.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Okay, cool. Så vi skal ned her. Elsker elevatormusik.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. You got a minute? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
This is about the cirrus. So what's the other side of it?
Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
How well do you know the cirrus? You work with them? Your friends or what?
I don't know anybody well. I mostly listen to them talk, kept my head down.
Do you know this Adelaide Reed mentioned?
Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. All I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place.
You can leave it that way. Why are Reed and Adelaide arguing?
Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if you can get out to her.
This town's got issues.
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Well, we'll fight
The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss it, on account of it being the only clean thing. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right end. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Okay, cool. Nu har han hammer, og har en gun. Og inventory. Jeg har en gun, og jeg har et sværd. Cool. Så vi skal... hvad var det? Der var flere companion. Companion ledger. Okay, cool. Så vi skulle snakke med... quest. Vi skal svare til ham der, The Wicker. Once you visit the town's Wicker, Sicily. Så lad os prøve at snakke med The Wicker. Skal vi ikke op? Er det ikke det, vi gør?
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
Er det herinde? I don't get it. Nå, han er herinde. Alright, så jeg tror, vi er tæt på The Wicker. Ja, det var Max. Det var en anden, en random dude. Hey, dude.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
But what I wanted to talk to you about what the Reed asked us to do.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Cut off the power to Atlas deserters.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
So what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Is it even possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
And why is that?
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book. What? No, I don't want to burn it. I would never. I mean, I just want to... Look, I have a very simple goal here. I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
Make a compelling argument.
Glad we see eye to eye. It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
Det er altid.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Alright, cool. Så går vi i gang med missionen.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here.
Så hælder vi med græs klar.
Searching for repair bay. Error.
I could probably fix that. Yep, I see the problem. His nav mod got dislodged. Must have taken a tumble. Just gotta give it a good push and wait for the click. There we go. Jeremy's good as new. Well, new by Spacer's Choice standards anyhow. His name's Jeremy, by the by.
Navigation systems operational. Optimal path toward repair bay detected. Initiating self-diagnostics.
Okay. Why did you name them mechanical?
On account of I fixed him. And he's Jeremy on account of his helmet. It's like Jeremy, the officer in True Romantic Tales of the Space Guard.
Okay. Is that an author serial or something?
Surely. I make a point to watch every Tuesday night. Be more careful out there, Jeremy.
Okay, god snak, Jeremy. Så vi skal den vej, tænker jeg. Alright, let's go. What's good? Hvad var det? Alright, let's go. Det ser rimelig svært ud, hele det her by her.
Look out!
Den der long range, den kommer virkelig. Yeah, baby. Det er kraftigt, hvor det er det, guys. Hvem er ham duden her? Duden. Hvad fik jeg? Light machine gun. Heavy weapon. Long guns, det er en idé, jeg bare vil have. 28. Okay. Skifter lige til gunnen her. 102. Right, så går vi op her.
Wow, you got that?
What the fuck, der var en der? Fucking Emil, den er helt... Hvad den har? Den har... Okay. Jeg vil gerne have range op på... Skal vi den op? Too ranged. Stealth.
stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
I'm looking for Adelaide. I need some answers.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
You said something about a former working out in the wilderness.
Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Slap the egg, man. Where would I find Adelaide?
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
You and me both try to figure out how I'm going to repair my ship.
Well, look at you, buzzing around the aether with your very own ship. Rest of us gotta make do with the ground at our...
I'm gonna fucking beat her here.
No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
Jeg skal hjælpe.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere. Appreciate it. Honest. I'll tell you what I can. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mom... Could be. Dangers aplenty out. Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. What is...